This is the 100 Days Resetting the Dial press conference. Hard times bring out the best in us. Given the challenges that face us, your government has to be working at optimal efficiency. Our new administration has had to hit the ground running. I have been proud of the way the ministers have demonstrated commitment, conviction, and courage. Delivering services and programs to the people we represent is key for any government, and this is even more crucial when our people are being challenged daily. Since assuming office, I have listened, met, and dialogued with many. There is a tremendous reservoir of talent and goodwill in the community. Many have offered to help, whether young or more experienced people, both Bermudians and non-Bermudians. These exchanges benefit Bermuda and add to the government's bank of ideas and our strategies. I have met with representatives from our financial institutions, our hotel owners, the Bermuda Hotel Association of Bermuda, the Bermuda Association of Insurers and Reinsurers, and Bermuda First. I've met with the Bermuda Industrial Union President and his Executive Council, and I salute in particular the BIU President for his game-changing approach to how the unions, the public sector, and the private sector need to interact when our country is going through tough times. All of us will feel some measure of pain. It's not easy, but it is necessary. I met with the current Bermuda Public Service Union leadership and the President-elect. We had a frank and productive dialogue. I also met with the representatives of the Trade Union Congress and numerous other groups and listened to their issues and challenges. What is notable about these meetings is the degree of common ground and the degree of willingness to work collaboratively and cooperatively with the government. Our differences are dwarfed by our common purpose. All of us have a role to play, and the government will work tirelessly with all who have the best interests of Bermuda and her people at heart. The country's long-term prosperity requires the participation of all in the economy. The necessary reform of government is also pivotal. And during this first 100 days, ministries have been recalibrated so that we can raise the bar and deliver with a new integrated approach to the delivery of services. There have been teething pains, but it is necessary that your government change the way it does business, and it cannot be business as usual. The reform of government will not end with the realignment of ministries. We must deliver more with less. We must become more efficient, more service-oriented, and more responsive to the needs of people and business. Given this need, I invited representatives from the National School of Government to conduct a review of the civil service. They came prior to Christmas and have returned to conduct a more thorough review and to make recommendations for change. This review will spur us to be even more responsive to the needs of the people. While the government embarks on its reform, there are some changes occurring in the private sector. Operating models have to change, and as a country, we'll have to shift and have to have a radical rethink as to how we do business. Your government is committed to providing employment for our people and setting the table for renewed economic growth that creates new jobs. Your government will continue to protect Bermudians in the workforce and will remain vigilant in defending the employment rights of Bermudians. Your government recognizes the need for our policies and programs to reflect an emphasis on social justice and equity. This covers the waterfront. It covers our education system, our criminal justice system, our system of healthcare, our tourism product, our border controls, our public infrastructure, our transport and housing policies, our social services network, our environmental policies, and our economic policies. And your government recognizes that any strategy to reduce crime has as its core the duty of government to protect its citizens and to act against those who break the law. A zero-tolerance approach to lawlessness is important. Our enforcement and our sentences must be robust enough to deter would-be criminals. However, punishment on its own is not enough. As the government, we also have a responsibility to address problems that can lead people into crime. In addition to substance abuse, poor housing, lack of skills, and lack of employment can be major obstacles to preventing repeat offending. Our substantive effort at raising skills and opening opportunities to get more offenders into jobs will go a long way to tackling the cycle of repeat offending. Strategic linkages across ministries also contribute to this. And we must also address the underlying causes of crime. And this includes helping offenders become more productive. There are substantial reforms that are already delivering results. However, it doesn't stop there, and ministers have been busy. Consistent with this, we have been hard at work over the preceding months to recognize and to realize this goal, and we have been laying the foundation to proceed with the full implementation of the recommendations found in the Professor Ronald Mincy's study on young black males. And we aim to facilitate the type of workforce development needed to better serve our most precious resource, our young people. While much is still to be accomplished, now is not the time to shrink from our challenges and our responsibilities, but rather to redouble our efforts to invest in the hard-working families throughout Bermuda and in our country's infrastructure. And now is the time to make ourselves more innovative, more competitive, and ready for the challenges of this 21st century global environment. This government, no government, can do it alone. It has to be a team effort at every level of the community. And some may advocate that present circumstances are too great and too daunting. We do not subscribe to that view and remain optimistic about the resilience found in Bermuda's people, because we believe they represent our greatest and most valuable asset. Although difficult choices will be necessary, the task and direction are clear. Challenges throughout the global environment require a new paradigm for local empowerment that will enable us to secure our country's future. And our vision for Bermuda is a vibrant and innovative one. An economy that draws on the Bermudian traits of ingenuity, entrepreneurship, intellectual attainment, and hard work. Together, we shall draw on those traits to ensure our shared vision becomes a reality. So the work continues, and we remain optimistic about the country's future. Thank you.